and welcome to KJ's Kitchen. I am KJ. I am 14 years, a master fitness trainer, a fitness nutrition specialist, and most important to me, I'm a happy mom serving up healthy meals from my kitchen to yours every Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern on Facebook. So today I wanted to bring you an extra special treat. I know a lot of us are very carb conscious, and when we do that, we often really look to a lot of fats and proteins, and let's not forget about our vegetables. So today I'm taking one of my very favorite Mexican dishes. Now please let me hear from you. Do you love Mexican food the way I love Mexican food? And I know it's not all created equal. I have friends out in California who will vouch that that is by far, hands down, the best Mexican food you're ever gonna find. And then I love that we here in Asheville have a few really authentic local places because you can't beat authenticity. So today is gonna have a little KJ kitchen twist to it, but I promise you when it comes to the flavor, you are not gonna miss the carb load, and you're going to feel absolutely lighter after you have indulged. So it is still an amazing comfort food, but we're gonna give it a facelift, okay? And who out there, my very favorite dish, I wanna hear from you what your favorite dish is. I love the chicken enchilada. Whenever I go to a restaurant, that is what I order to see how it, compares to the other chicken enchiladas out there. That is my go-to at a Mexican restaurant. What's your go-to? Today we are gonna get our oven going to 350. You wanna preheat that. And we're doing this in real time, guys. Minus I did do a little bit of cutting before you got here. Let's start with the onion. We wanna get a pan on the stove, and we're gonna get some onion down for the amazing meat mixture we're gonna cook. I'm not using fresh chicken, but well, it was fresh when I cooked it. So let me rephrase that. You're gonna use a pulled chicken. So you could, what I did was put a bag, I think Trader Joe's bags are 3-pound bags, 2-pound bags, of the frozen chicken, the ones that have nothing added to it, that are hormonally, no hormones, humanely raised chicken, frozen. I put it right into my Instapot with just enough chicken broth at the bottom to make sure there's moisture in there, maybe half cup, and popped it on there from frozen to the Instapot for 15 minutes in the Instapot. If you don't have an Instapot, don't worry. You could do it on the stove, in the oven, you could do it in a slow cooker. The whole deal is you want the chicken to be ultra moist. And these that I used are chicken breast. The Trader Joe's version, if you guys shop there, it says breast with rib meat, because hey, we like all the meat. We don't want to waste. So I'm fine with that, and that's how I got my pulled chicken today. I'm not gonna spend the time using the Instapot with you here and waiting 15 minutes to get my chicken. So that is pre-made for you. Finely chopping, not finally chopping this onion. If you don't wanna cry, you could put a matchstick in your mouth. Don't light the match. I really have tried that and it works. Something about the sulfur or something from that matchstick actually makes you not cry. Get some oil in your pan. I'm gonna rock with my avocado oil today. You could do your preferred oil. I like avocado because it can handle the high heat. And we're just gonna rock this puppy out with getting the pan hot while I'm finishing up the dicing. Dicing the onions, a better word than finely chopping, so that there's no confusion in my words. Now, up to you how coarse you want to make these diced onions. With my family, I like to make them as small as possible. I have little children who have very good eyesight. So if I am choosing to use fresh onion, I get her as small as possible. Okay, almost done. 2 more slices to get through here. If you are just now tuning in, I would love to hear from you. If you didn't see the very beginning, what is your favorite Mexican dish? Because I find that, everyone has their go-to. When I go out to dinner with my friend Amy, she always gets a fajita. So what do you always order at a Mexican restaurant? I'd love to hear. Talk to me, let me know what your vibe is, because you know, I've already done a breakfast taco here on my segment, but if you have a favorite and I could in any way give it a little boost, up leveling your health, I'd love to contribute to your habits too. So there we go, we got our onion down. All right, so my daughter's home from preschool, not feeling so well. So I will apologize today in advance. I'm gonna be doing a little multitasking. Might have to run around a little into my kitchen and grab a few things. Right now I'll start grabbing some ingredients that I know I did not pull out. And you can grab yours too. We're gonna get some cumin, yes. Some chili powder, yes. And some ancho chili powder. Let me find that baby. Ancho chili powder is very different than regular chili powder. So we're gonna pop that buddy out. And who else am I missing? Maybe from the next. I got 2 things coming your way today, guys. You should be excited. All right, so that's gonna start. I'm gonna start off with your cumin. And yeah, I might do it Rachel Ray style with my little measurements today. Oh, I see my measuring spoons. Don't go away. All right. Us moms, we roll with the punches. If you have littles, you know it really throws you off when they are home from school. But we're gonna roll with the punches today. So I'm glad you're here in real time with me. All right, with your cumin, 2 teaspoons. I got myself a little halfie here because that's what fits inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and get 4 halfies. I can do math there. 2 teaspoons of cumin. 2 teaspoons of chili powder, and this guy just the same. He fits in best with a little halfie, so I'll 4 times him. And I'm just gonna get, while I'm browning and softening these onions, I'm gonna get the seasons in here and let that marinate with the onion. And we're gonna do a 1/2 teaspoon of the ancho chili powder. Again, the chili powder itself, if you just look at just chili powder, it's already a blend. Now, ancho chili powder is just ancho. There you go. It's going to produce a different kind of heat. It is, in my opinion, a little bit more heated than the traditional chili powder. So we are going to add a little heat to this. Ooh, if you prefer to avoid the spice, just a touch more, you might skip the ancho chili powder, all right? That's going to be up to you. All right, so I'm going to toss this around here while I get these onions nice and browning. Oh, if you were here, it smells so good already. There we go. I got my heat at about medium-high, and the oil, I'm stirring it around. The oil's helping distribute the seasonings. So immediately you start to see it's all browned with the seasoning. We're going to wait till they get translucent, and we'll know those onions are ready. I grabbed my dandy little garlic. We want 2 cloves of garlic. We're just adding it in. Again, it's another season. We are gonna want the garlic to get browned just like the onion. 2 cloves. Here's my trick to garlic. I cut off both ends. Boop, boop. And sometimes it falls right out, just as lucky as I was there. There's no more skin on that. Cutting off both ends. If the skin is not falling off that way, you would give it a little press. Now I'm going to give it a little press anyway. That is going to release the amazing healing benefits behind the garlic. Press it down with the butt of the knife, the side of the knife, so it gets nice and squashed. Do that with the second one. Crushing the pepper, or the garlic, before even mincing it. Finely chopping it, whatever you want to call it. Does help bring a little bit more health to your dish. Garlic is so healing. Now, I'm telling you, it's 2 cloves. I know a lot of garlic lovers out there. You might do what you choose to do with your garlic. Any garlic lovers out there? Talk to me, guys. Yeah, we're gonna get this finely chopped. And I'm dropping her in. There we go. With the onion. Giving it a little stir. So this doesn't take long. I'm showing you this meal in real time because it's not that long of a process. So you could have your family's dinner on no time. All right, going into the chicken itself, you're gonna want around 3 cups of shredded chicken. Now this I had pre-made, like I said, in the Instapot. Just giving it a light chop. Even though it's so moist, it literally does shred. You'll see that as I lift it up. It's literally shredded. You could pull it apart easily with your hands, shredding it. You want 3 cups of that. So I'm gonna grab my little cup guy over here. I'm using a dry measurement just to make it easy. Pretty much the whole time, even though I will be using liquid, because if you know how I roll, I like less mess, combination, working with things. So this is very finely, if you can see how fine that is. Very shredded, easy to pull apart. I chop it loosely and it does the rest of the work for me. It pulls itself. You could get really like working it and pulling it apart, but I think that just takes longer. If your chicken's cooked in a slow cooker, in an Instapot, covered in a baking dish, it's going to get moist enough to fall apart. You're not gonna have to do the work. Okay, right there is 1 cup. Dropping her in. Pretty easy peasy so far, right? Yes, am I hearing about your favorite Mexican dishes? Man, I wish I had better eyes and I could see right now. Or I wish there was an audio return on these lives. Wouldn't that be cool? Where you could just chime in. You could just unmute yourself and talk to me right now in real time. That would be pretty fantastic. All right, I'm gonna have to start doing my cooking segments on Zoom. Then we really could talk with each other. Okay, there we go. And similarly as how easy this falls apart, if it's not super falling apart-y, is that a word? Falling apart-y in your cup, it's going to, once you start stirring it, even fall apart more. That's 2 cups. 1 more cup to go, guys. So I did this meal for my family and then decided to share it with you this week. So my bag of chicken I got from Trader Joe's covered 2 full dishes of this. So you could even pre-make the chicken if you plan on reusing it again, either as tacos later on in the week. You could use it just to top your salads. You can make the entire bag of chicken. I did use 3 cups in the last one. That ended up being about 2 3/4 cup because I'm shy. Boop, ran out of chicken. Just like that. I'm gonna give it a little stir around. Ooh, smells so good. Smells so good. All right. And I'm just really stirring it enough to coat the chicken with all the seasoning. That's all I'm doing. It's distributing all of that good flavor all around. Okay, and that looks good to me. Now this again could be optional. I like to pick up the heat and I'm gonna put in my green chilies. And now this is a can of green chilies. If you know that this one's actually a great value brand, Walmart. Looking at like 79 cents or something, really affordable can of chilies. You could do fresh, you could even do fresh jalapeno in this if you prefer. Sometimes that gets a little spicy on your hands when you're cutting a jalapeno. Could be dangerous. You'd have more tears in your kitchen besides just your onion if you start cutting it up too much. Here we go. And I'm just gonna pull in a few of those. Literally like 3 tablespoons. That would be about a half can of those chilies. Giving her a little stir. Now those chilies have already been canned, so they don't need the cook down like the onions and garlic. You could have added them at any point, but if you were using a fresh pepper, you would want to put them down with your garlic and onion so that they can soften. These are already plenty soft. Based on your heat palette, you might add the whole can. That's going to be up to you. I like the chili distributed throughout the enchilada rather than every single bite. A little bit of fun in there. Last but not least, this is the KJ way. We're gonna make sure we have some vegetables added into this. So what I love about spinach, it cooks down, so the volume doesn't really add any volume difference to your actual dish, right? So I'm gonna do 3 cups. That's about a cup and a half. That's about another, there we go, 3 cups. I wish I could measure that. I always do it with my hands. Yep, There you go. I did. I measured it right for you. About 2.5 to 3 cups of spinach. That's an eyeball for me. It's like 2 giant handfuls. And we're going to get that nice and thinly chopped. One direction. I go one direction here. I mean, these are skinny little chops. Not big fat bite sized. I'm talking shreds. Can you see my tiny shred? Can you see my shred? Yes. So we got that going. Shredding it one way. It doesn't have to be that skinny. That just happened to be the one I picked up. You'll see very soon how small. Number one, the leaves just dropped in size because of the chopping. And once we cook them, they're literally going to start to wilt so much. We are not changing much of the volume of the meat mixture, but what we're doing is adding the nutrients. So I'm popping the spinach in there. Told you we're going to do a little KJ facelift to this comfort food. Adding in your green. The more green, the more lean. There you go. And now my spinach, this one comes from Walmart. I love that they have very affordable organic spinach. This giant pound is like $3.89 or something. You're not going to find that at a Publix or Ingles at that price. Whenever I use spinach, I always add salt. I think spinach is a little bitter. We're going to give her a nice, I don't know, was that about a ½ teaspoon of salt? And give her a stir to let this spinach start to cook down. I got a couple larger leaves in there. That's no big deal. Might give her a chop. It's going to cook down and wilt away, so I'm not too bothered. Now let's talk about the sauce. You're already talking to me about what your favorite Mexican dish is. When you do chicken enchilada or any of the saucy dishes in Mexican, do you do green, do you do red, or do you mole? I actually like my enchilada any way. To me, an enchilada is just amazing. It's my favorite. So today I'm choosing red, but again, you're gonna choose what you prefer, red, green, or mole. This one's just traditional, it's mild. You can pick your heat factor. I like to be able to enjoy the flavors of my food and not overheat myself. This is just Old El Paso. It's a very traditional brand. I'm sure you guys know of this one. I grabbed it at Walmart this morning. I also get it sometimes at Aldi's. You can grab it at Trader Joe's. Everyone has enchilada sauce. So I'm using red. And like I said, even though this is not a liquid measuring cup, it's already dirty. And I need a cup of enchilada sauce in here. Ooh, give or take. If it's just a little more, it's no big deal. It cooks down too. You're gonna stir this puppy up. Now the enchilada sauce is also gonna help wilt the spinach. So, get it evenly distributed. I'll show this to you really quickly before we get wrapping some enchiladas. So already, if you're just joining in, what we've accomplished so far is we have made our chicken. Can you see that? We've infused it with 3 cups of chopped spinach. That's one way of already giving your comfort food, your chicken enchiladas, a facelift. I call it the comfort food facelift. So I already added more green. That's one way. The other way is we're not going to use tortilla today. We are going to grab a Y-shaped peeler and we're going to rock our zucchini. So zucchini, instead of corn tortilla or flour tortilla, is going to cut your carbohydrates and again boost the nutrients. That's what's key, guys. If you are, I hate the word diet. The first 3 letters are die. Who wants to diet? No. Lifestyle and healthy living is what I'm all about. And we're gonna eat our pizza and we're gonna eat our Mexican food. We're gonna drink our beer. Well, when you can be more mindful with each of those decisions, you're gonna be much better off. You're gonna feel better, you're gonna look better. And so that's what I'm bringing to you guys. I call it practical meals for healthy living, right? So cut them in half. That's gonna make your life easier. And you're gonna want 3 to 4, depending on the size. Like I told you before you got here, I started already. I got a stack of these already, but I wanted to do some on camera with you. I cut them in half, put the flat side down so it's stable. You're not gonna really use the top 1, if not 2, just being that they are skinny. You're not gonna get much width on that. So I discard the first two, and then I just start making ribbons. Do you see that? Yes, ribbons of zucchini. It doesn't take long. That's what I'm saying, is this meal can be on your table. What are we already in here, 20 minutes in? If I weren't talking so much, this would already be done. There, that guy's done. I might be ready to wrap. Get those two off there, and now start joining my pie on. And here's the deal, if you don't have one of these Y-shape, I recommend it. When my husband bought me this for Christmas, I was like, what am I gonna do with this? Hold my veggies down? And actually have fallen in love with it. I was so used to, and I grew up with the vertical one, the long straight one that you just beep, 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 beep. So now that I have this Y shape, it's my favorite. Thanks, Frederick, if he's watching. Okay, almost there, guys. I love this real time, but it also sometimes feels like I need to hustle through so we can get to the end product here. All right, we're almost done. I got a big old stack. Now, depending on the size of your zucchini, you may only need to go through 3 of them. You'll be the judge, maybe 4. What I end up with is these thin ones. Once you can't cut anymore because you lose the grip and there's no more cutting available, you chop it and you saute it on the pan. Don't you dare throw that zucchini away. You could also, in your leftover chicken, if you are gonna cook the entire bag of frozen chicken like I do, you could chop it up, grill it with the chicken, and create this dish, just, what do you say, deconstructed. It would taste amazing still. It would just be utilizing the leftovers in a different way. You might serve that up with some tortilla on the side, or just eat it knife and fork over a bed of lettuce or spinach. I got a big old stack here. Woo! All right, let's get to business. You ready to roll with me? You ready to rap with me? I don't really have a rap right now where I would go bust into song for you. Okay, I like to use Pyrex. My chicken is cooked. Better than my goose being cooked. My chicken is cooked. You can see now, I'll show you one more time. Smells so good in here. Show you one more time how much that spinach wilted. It's nice and hot. Yeah, that spinach wilted up. Not too tough, guys. Was that easy? That was easy. Now I'm gonna go into that sauce. Where did my enchilada sauce go? Right here. You maybe don't need this giant can. Me, with the leftovers, put it in a little mason jar and store it in the fridge. I'm gonna use it in a few more days. I like to remake. They sell smaller cans if you'd like. You're gonna pour maybe a 1/4 cup down at the bottom. You want it to cover the bottom of the dish. I'm gonna put that down in there. I shake a shake, make sure it literally is covered. Ooh, you see? Now, here goes the good stuff. Let me get a little spoon. Spoony spoon, don't go anywhere, guys. I told you I sometimes miss parts. Okay, here's what we got. We got our spoon, a tablespoon. You're going to lay out your zucchini, 1, 2, 3. It's about that wide. 1, 2, 3 overlapped. I've overlapped it so there's gonna be no room for seepage. And I'm gonna take my tablespoon. Pull out, there. Get a good sized tablespoon of goodness right here. Whoop. Put her in there. You might notice, oh, he was a little shy of a rounded tablespoon. I'm gonna give him a little bit extra love. There's no rules when making your enchilada. And you're gonna roll it. Here goes. Shake, rattle, and roll this zucchini. It doesn't take long. Boop, boop. Here we go. Just like that, this little guy, can you see him? I'm gonna bring him to the camera. Doo, 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 doo. I've rolled my enchilada. So this dish is a thin Pyrex. You might opt to go larger, wider. This one I like because I know the size of the zucchini is about 3 inches. So I will double it up. I'll go 1, 2, and then make 2 rows right down there. They're not giant. Already nutritionally, they're gonna cause a lot less guilt. And because they're not giant, you can eat a few and be like, oh yeah, I just ate 3 enchiladas. I mean, I think Frederick ate 4 for lunch, and he was like, that was good. And he got to have his veggie load and all his chicken and goodness and a whole lot less guilt and bloat. Now, I don't know about you, but flour tortilla is definite no-no. We do corn tortilla if we're gonna tortilla, and corn is not easily digested either. So this, even though it is gluten-free, so that's why we choose that. If we're gonna use tortillas, it's always corn. This is absolutely gluten-free and packing in the nutrition. Woo, yeah. We could be rolling all day on this, guys. These are moments that I wish I had a helping hand in the kitchen, right? And I had said it last week too. If you would like to be in my kitchen, please reach out. I know I've got a friend who did reach out. She'll be on here very soon. Her husband, this is my friend Farah. I want to bring her on soon. Her husband cooks Peruvian food. So I personally have never cooked Peruvian food. I told her that's what I want her to bring to KJ's kitchen. So it would be a delight to have any of my friends on here sharing their favorite dishes. If it's one they would like a facelift, we could make a facelift for their favorite dish together if they'd like. We're gonna move through this process. To me, it doesn't take long, because if you're gonna use a shell or you're gonna use zucchini, either way, you're gonna roll up your enchilada, right? So there's no like skipping this step. This might be the lengthiest step we have when doing enchiladas. But you're making a big old dish. This would, depending on how many people in your family, this could feed you for 2 meals. You'd have dinner one day and lunch the next. Unless you had a very large family, you're probably wiping it all out in dinner. Right, here we go. Got my 1, 2, 3. We're moving through this mixture quite nicely. Looks delicious. Ooh, I could just eat it with a spoon. What I love also about the sauce is while it cooks in the oven, it's also gonna keep cooking up. So it's not gonna get super, super runny. The moisture of the zucchini is not gonna change anything in this. You know, when you do like a zucchini instead of noodles, say for a lasagna, which we like to do here in this house, you salt them and you let them drain the moisture out. I love this simplicity. You do not need to sit and let these zucchini get dry. So it makes it just easier if you are gonna opt for a green wrap. You don't have to wait it out. Yeah, I like easy peasy in this kitchen. Okay, looking good. I think I got like 3 more rows here. And this might even, depending on how much chicken and you have left over, you could either take another small dish, you could have that on reserve on the side and put a little scoop of it out for everybody, because they tell you it's so delicious. They'd be happy with the overflow of any of this meat. As you make it a couple times, you might realize you need to stuff them a little bit more to actually use up all of that chicken. So far, I'm looking pretty good. And, woo! All right. Oh, I need another zucchini down. Here I am, ready to like put my shell on. I don't have my shell down. There we go. You can see I got a little bit thin on a couple of my slices. I don't think that one's gonna work. I'm gonna have to gnaw on that one later. Sounds like a dog if I gnaw on it. I live in the South now. I can say words like gnaw. Oh, too good. Rolling this guy up. I think I got 2 more, maybe 4. Depends on how I can squeeze them in. Okay, still hanging with me, guys. This is a longer segment. This is why a lot of my meals are quick snacks, lunches, because to go live, I don't want to be here forever, but I do want to show you in real time, so I'm not just like, boom, do that. You can watch a video called Delish or Tasty anytime and see your 2-minute video of what ingredients. but I prefer you hang out with me here in my kitchen. So this is a little longer of a segment today, but I really thank you for sticking it out and hanging out with me. And if you're just tuning in and or watching the replay here, I do want to hear from everybody. Tell me how you like your Mexican food. What's your favorite Mexican dish? Because I'm going to go to work at giving it a facelift for you. That's my own challenge for myself. I'm going to give you your favorite Mexican dish a facelift. All right, almost there. I think I'm going to squeeze in 3 more enchiladas and my dish is complete. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so my close friend, Nikki Dinky, you saw her on a segment maybe 3 weeks ago because I was in her kitchen in Port Washington, Long Island. Ooh, I'm gonna squeeze 2 more in there. So she had given me great compliments on what I'm doing over here in KJ's kitchen. And she's been on food TV for many years now. And she gave me the tip where she said, don't leave your segment without taking a bite of your food. So to me, that's like brilliant. I was like, oh, right? Well, I guess that makes a lot of sense. That would be if the food were complete. But today, I'm putting this puppy in the oven. So I'm not going to be able to give him a taste test for you. You're going to have to take my word for it, how amazing these enchiladas are. And you can take my husband's word for it too. I'll even make him post in the comment fields how good he thought these were. Okay, almost there, almost there. My last wrap, I'm actually going to double up because I feel like it was a little thin. And I'm going to have a little bit of this left. Whoop. All right. Here we go. We're not done yet either. This is not the end. So stick around, stick around. We got a little bit more here happening. And we're going to roll it and prop it. I've got this puppy packed. Yes, I do. Let me wipe off my hands and show you this tray. Right? Of beautifully wrapped enchiladas. So, what are we going to do to top it? We're going to take our enchilada sauce again and put another, I don't know, quarter. I like to make it really covered. That's the way I roll. You tell me. Because this isn't holding a lot of calories, guys. So it's not like gravy or something that's got a lot of flour or butter in it. I choose cheddar for mine. You could be choosing cheddar or Monterey Jack or however you like your melty cheese. I like the sharpness of cheddar. This one's a Wisconsin cheddar, and this is a 4 ounce, or not a 4 ounce, it's an 8 ounce that was about half, so it's about 4 ounces. Again, you're gonna wanna shred your own cheeses. If you buy them pre-shredded, they've got mysterious things like food starch in it. No reason to keep adding in starches to our diet. You can just easily get your grater out, like I am here. And how much time did that take? 10 seconds? So save yourself the money, save yourself the starch, and shred your own cheese. So this is a Wisconsin extra sharp. And let's see, that looks like about a 1/4 cup here. So I would say about a 1/2 cup, maybe 1/4. Like if you're not into the cheese, you could do that much. But I do like the cheese, and we did eliminate the carbs. So we're gonna make sure we add on the fat, right? And that is that. So it's about a 1/2 cup of cheese. Again, you're gonna make this and decide for yourself how much cheese you wanna add. Put it in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. Here we go. And the center rack, guys. Boop, center rack, 20 minutes. And please don't leave as I show you this delicious enchilada. I'm gonna eat the insides because that's what I can take a bite of today to let you know how good this is. You're not gonna miss the corn tortilla. Once you got that melty cheese and the actual zucchini, it holds up on firmness. Woo, it's got a little kick in there from the ancho chili, the little green chilies. Now I have another side dish I make with this. I'm gonna save that for next week. To be continued. The side dish for this is gonna, again, boost the nutrients. So I thought I would have enough time to do it all today, but if I go into that, it's gonna be another, 20 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed today's KJ's Kitchen segment with our comfort food facelift of the chicken enchilada. With these zucchini wraps, you're gonna feel lighter, you're gonna be doing better for your waistline, and you're gonna avoid any of the corn, which is hard to digest, or the flour tortillas, which are not great for you with all the preservatives and gluten. So if today served you, please show the love. You know what to do. If you have not subscribed so far to the KJ's Kitchen email list, I do not solicit you there. All I do is give you my weekly emails. So I will be posting that link. It will be a live link for you to click, put your name and email in, and you'll start getting all of KJ's Kitchen emails to your inbox once a week. And please feel free to share, tag friends, share all the love you can. I'll see you again next Wednesday here in KJ's Kitchen. Happy Mom, serving up healthy meals from my kitchen to yours. You have an amazing Wellness Wednesday.